What's going on, everybody? Kirby back again with another video. Today I really just want to talk about how good God is, because I could have been dead a long time ago, many times ago. And I know some of you is like, me too, Kirby, me too. I could have been dead too. But listen, man, I am serious. But I'm thankful that our Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is who He is all the time, even when we don't know Him. So I was driving one morning around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got tired. So I decided to pull over into a parking lot and go to sleep. When I pulled over to the parking lot, as soon as I put the car in park, I was asleep. And about 10 minutes into me going to sleep, I end up having a dream that I ran off a bridge into the water. As soon as I hit the water, I popped up. I was in the driver's seat still, the car was still on. As soon as I hit that water, I popped up because I thought it was real. I thought it was like I literally hit the water, right? And I didn't really think too much of it. I'm alert now because of this dream. So I just put the car in reverse. I back out of the parking lot and I started to drive again. Probably about 5 minutes into that drive, I end up crossing that same bridge that I had a dream that I had ran off of. And I realize now, as I think back over my life, and you've heard that saying before, as I think back over my life and I look at so many different scenarios and situations, I can see how God, grace, mercy, how His compassion, His love for me, His desire for me to fulfill the purpose that I'm here for. I can see all of that throughout my timeline, my life timeline. And in this one case, I was like, man, that was the Lord that pulled me over to park. That was the Lord that showed me if I had continued to drive for 5 more minutes, I would have ran off of that bridge. That was the Lord who kept me that day, that night, and all the other times that I could have been dead. But what we have to do as we grow older and we mature is to sit back and think about all those times and say, God, preserve me, but why? Sometimes we never ask that question. We never try to identify why we're even here. Some people are just living, and you have songs that saying you only got one life to live, do what you want to do, da 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 da. Man, look, you don't have as much time as you think you have. And I talked about this in several videos. You don't have the time that you think you have. If God has preserved your life, the time is now to sit back and say, okay, God, why did you preserve my life? If you can look back on your life and see how many times you have quote unquote skipped death or missed death when you should have been dead, and yet you're still just doing whatever it is that you want to do, listen, deliverance is available for you now. You can be saved now. And I'm thankful that I turned my life around, that I submitted myself unto Christ, that I said, God, your will be done from here on out. And I finally discovered purpose and why I'm here and what God has called me to do, who God has called me to be. But if I had died then, I'm gonna just say this, if I have died the time that I ain't gonna say supposed to be dead, but the time that I could have died, I would have went to hell, period. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, because I was not living for God. I knew God, but I didn't have a relationship with God. So if many of you or any of you are in this situation now where you kind of just know God, but you don't live according to the will of God, then you can still be saved. If you're watching this right now, you can still be saved. You can get your life together. I'm gonna tell you now, I feel a lot better, and not that I want to die right now, but I feel a lot better with my position if I die now than I did if I would have died then. I'm gonna tell you that now. So to sum this up, because I don't want to make this super long, to sum this up, you need to look at your life as something that's powerful, right? Like you have a purpose. You are here on purpose. Everything that God does or have done in your life has been intentional. God don't waste anything. God did not waste that time of me pulling over and showing me that dream, because I still remember it now. You see what I'm saying? God didn't waste any of that. He used all of that either for a testimony today, to bless you guys, to minister to you guys, for me to even give this testimony. Like, God uses every single thing in your life. So how many times can you look back and you say, God has preserved my life, God has kept me, but you yet still find yourself right now in a situation where you don't have a relationship with God? It's time now that changes, okay? So if you've been blessed by this and you taking these words into consideration, I pray that you do. Then if you confess that Jesus is the Son of God, and you receive everything that he has done for you, and you submit your life unto him, then you shall be saved. The opportunity is still available for you, people. So I pray that you don't take for granted anything that God has done, any time that God has preserved your life, but you take advantage of it and you begin to walk in your purpose. Grace and peace and blessings. See you guys in the next one.